Exzachtt, and I'm back with another video. So today's video, we're going to be touching on my door strat or door meta. It's basically what I use for close range gunfights, especially inside of buildings, whether it's to launch or start to engage a person or a 1v1 or multiple enemies, or to buy some time and play defense. And I'm going to touch on that. I'm going to show you a couple clips. I'm going to break down each clip to show what I was doing, what I was thinking in the moment, and why I was using the door the way I was. A lot of people don't realize that, man. There's a lot of times where you have awkward timings in a 1v1 where you maybe need to plate up, maybe you want to try to sneak off one plate, maybe you want to reload, but you don't feel like you have that time to do so. And you're sitting in a room with a door right there, and it's like you got everything you could possibly want. You can do so much with it, man. You can get so creative with it. I hope this video is beneficial. I hope you guys can learn something. Be sure to comment down below if you do enjoy this type of video, and if you do want maybe more videos of me more so breaking down my thought processes and the little things in gunfights that I may do differently, and why I feel like it is super important. It can definitely help your gameplay out. But until next time, I'll see you guys soon. All right, guys, so quick explanation before we hop into this clip breakdown. I just want to give you guys the basis of what I mean about being offensive or defensive with doors in these close range gunfights. So for one, let's say you're fighting someone at this counter and he puts you one shot, he's broken your armor, you know you don't have time to run away because he's just going to pursue you, he's going to be able to catch up to you. So instead of ego challenging and instead of running, as you're plating, shut the door, but don't leave it closed, because as soon as he sees that door closed, if it stays closed, he thinks you're running, he's going to pursue you. You just broke your armor. So instead of leaving it closed, open it and instantly back up, right? Because now he thinks, oh, maybe he's going to ego chow me. He's going to start to pre-aim the door. He's going to stop that push, which allows you to have more time to put more plates on. And then let's say you hear him coming, he's being aggressive. You can shut the door again. And let's say once you shut the door this time, let's say he's an aggressive player, he starts to pursue. As you hear him close to the door, you can actually open the door, and it's going to force his player model behind the door and push him out of the way, which you can either engage at that point, or you can shut the door one more time. Let's say you need one more plate, and then you can barge through to fight him. You can't push me. It's super good for buying you time in these close range gunfights. If again, you do happen to get put one shot, or you need to reload, or really anything, any timing that could throw you off. And then another one for being offensive is obviously just shutting the door and coming straight through. Instead of just running through a doorway to fight someone, as much as possible, I try to shut the door. And as the door is shutting, before it even closes and touches, I come flying through. When they hear that, when they hear the audio cue of the door shutting, they're not expecting someone to come flying through, right? It's all about just catching people off guard. And then one more defensive play that I think is super crucial. Let's say you're in Superstore, for instance, since I'm in here, and let's say someone's put you one shot and they're chasing you down, they're hunting you down, they know they have you one shot, they're trying to finish you off. So what you're going to want to do is, as you're being tracked and traced down, you want to shut the door on your way into the room as you're running by, so that way you can instantly ego chow and come back to fight the opponent. It gives you such good timing, because again, when that door is shut, they're going to pursue you. You're going to catch them in a mid sprint, and it's going to help you win a lot more of these close range gunfights, especially if you've already taken an L, or maybe like I said, you're put one shot or anything else. All right, guys, so for the first video or first clip, as you can see, we're in the bottom bar super right now. I believe I've had an audio cue, so I do know a player is in this room, or at least I just heard him a second ago in there. I don't know if he's still in there or not, which is kind of why I approached the room a little slow. As you see, I kind of pop open the door to see if I see anything. And at this point, I notice he is in the right corner and he's actually starting to strafe out to gunfight me, right? He's people love to duck in these little corners in Superstore, so you have to be careful, which is what he was doing. As soon as I see that, I go ahead and shut the door to create a barrier. I strafe right, I'm gonna strafe left because he's starting to shoot me through the door. At this point, I'm gonna open the door one more time just to get information to see if he's flying at me or what he's doing. And at this point, we catch one little glimpse of him running back to the back corner of the room. That's all the information I need at this point. My FAR is reloaded. I'm good to go. I'm going to shut the door so he gets the audio cue of the door shutting, which is going to make him think, again, either I'm leaving, I'm running, I'm reloading, I'm plating up something, because he did just land shots on me. And as you can see, because of that, he gets super aggressive. He chows the door. But by then, I'm already a mile ahead of him because I was already starting my leap as he was hearing the door close. So in his mind, his timing was just completely off. And that's why the door fakes are so good in these 1v1 fights. All right, so for this next clip, guys, this one's a super simple one. I just still want to show it anyway. We'll breeze over it real quick, but I just want to show you kind of what to do or what you can do if you catch yourself in these awkward kind of distances in a fight. Instead of taking the 50-50 fight, what you can kind of do to have more control over the gunfight. So as you can see, as I'm running down the hallway, I catch really bad timing. We both are mid sprinting. I actually had just leaped, so I'm able to have my gun up and ready. And instead of, like I say, we're both at an awkward distance now. Instead of me walking out to the right and pre-aiming, which again, he's already pre-aiming the door, so it's gonna be a 50-50 gunfight. What I'm gonna actually do is run up, take a couple shots real quick. I had my gun up from the leap. I'm gonna shut the door, and as the door's shutting, just gonna fly straight through. And as soon as I do that, he is still pre-aiming at the door. I've broken completely his line of sight or where he was even aiming at, which now I'm ready to go. My gun's pulled up, and now I'm shooting him in the side before he can even reset his aim and to start tracking me. Made it for a super easy kill when it could have been an awkward situation and even an unlucky death. All right, guys, so for our final clip, this one's actually coming straight over from my live stream, so I do apologize for the degraded quality. Bear with me. I promise you this clip is worth it. It actually embodies probably everything I've told you guys today about why I feel like doors are important and the different ways you can use them. Basically, we're able to touch on all of them in one situation, so it's pretty wild. I'm gonna let this one play through, and then we're gonna come back and break it down.
No. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. All right, so we absolutely snapped on this team right here. Used that one door for so many purposes, and it literally kept me alive. Without it, I definitely would have died in this scenario. So just to preface the situation, Joe had just died to this team actually. So I'm just pulling up trying to find them. I still have no idea where they're at, but I do know they just had killed Joe. So I'm trying to kill them, get some cash back, and get it back in the game. At this point, as I'm approaching the shack, as you'll hear and see, I take a snipe from across the street. I see that. I know it's an open field and rocks over there, so I instantly dip inside the shack. And it's already a habit really of mine anyway to shut a door behind me as soon as I enter a room for multiple reasons. Whether it's I'm getting shot at, even if I'm not getting shot at, it's just a good habit to have to exclude deady plays. Mainly for super is when I do this, but there's so many dead silences laying around. If you shut every door behind you, if the odds are someone was chasing you, at least you'll hear it whenever they're coming behind you. You'll hear the door fly open so you can turn around and at least have a gunfight with them. But regardless, man, so I shut the door behind me here because I do take a snipe. At that point, I slide over to the window. I show myself a little bit. I show myself in the window. I show myself in the doorway. I kind of take a quick peek. I don't really see much. But again, I did see the dot, so I know the general area of where to center my gun. So I'm instantly going to ego chow this door in hopes he's still using his crosshair at the window. I'm pretty sure he did. Either way, he missed his shot. At this point, I hear an audio cue to my right. So I kind of pause for a second, and now I just ego chow as he's sprinting. Catch him in mid sprint. It's super easy. Now this is where it gets hectic, okay? As I'm plating up, I'm trying to shield myself from anyone pushing from the front side of the shack. I know I've killed a guy over to my left. I've killed one to the right. All I can assume is maybe one more on my backside and one pushing from my front, which is I am perfectly shielded from both, honestly, to play it up safely. And that's when I hear a player pushing behind me. So I'm instantly going to do my door audio cue where I shut the door to try to bring him in and then instantly burst through. But instead, I'm going to keep plating, okay? I'm feeling pretty confident right now. So I decided to keep plating. At that point, as you can see, I've actually jumped past him on my leap as he was trying to run into the door to chase me. And then I just do a quick slide back across, look at him to let him know he's kind of looking goofy. Wasn't able to finish that plate animation. It does get broke as I get shot. I enter back in the building. I shut the door and instantly 180 and shut the door, right? Again, I'm shutting the door so he thinks I am not interested in engaging. I'm trying to plate, I'm trying to reload, etc. I think at this point he has shot a lot of his ammo, which is why he's starting to rotate on back of the shack. So as I ego through the door, he's actually rotating to the back side of the shack. And at that point, it's just an easy, quick kill in the back. I'm gonna finish him up, throw a knife him. And like I said, I know where I've killed a player on my left now. I have now killed 2 players by the shack. The last place I can assume the fourth to be coming from is somewhere in this area, which is why I slide back to the front of the shack and center my gun. And there he is, exactly where we think he's going to be. Pick up an easy 4 kill and make a super chaotic situation super easy by the literal use of 1 door. So I hope you guys did learn something, or at least kind of, you know, can incorporate some kind of other elements into your gameplay, whether it's doors or maybe something else you personally find that works well with you, to try to increase your odds of surviving these close range gunfights, especially if you're rocking out some solo quads, because it definitely gets crazy out there. But thank you guys so much for the love in all the videos. Again, I really do appreciate it. Until next time, I'll see you guys soon.